This is breaking news from ThailandTV.news. Now all the Thailand news is in one place. The latest reports from around the clock and around the world. Breaking Thailand news from all the world's top news sources, translated into 11 languages and updated 24 hours a day. Here's Ali with more.
ThailandTV.news has it all. The latest news, weather and sports updates, plus up-to-the-minute events listings and fun things to do in Thailand. And that's not all. There's also entertainment, lifestyle, and travel news, including the latest visa information. If it's happening in Thailand, you'll find it here at ThailandTV.news.
It's all here at ThailandTV.news. All the latest news, weather, sports, they even cover ice hockey. It's all done at ThailandTV.news. Yes, it's all the Thailand news, all in one place.
This is Thailand's biggest night for hockey. This is Hockey Night in Thailand.
And from Thailand International Ice Hockey Arena, welcome inside this broadcast of the SIAM Hockey League. It is a beautiful night for hockey inside the arena. It's raining outside, but Adam Gottschalk, Lance Parker, Dan Romano, we are pleased on this Sunday, and I'm sorry, Keith Mueller, of course, the captain of this pirate ship. It's our pleasure as always to be here, welcoming you inside hockey live on a Sunday, and the first game of the two that we're going to have today is one that we've been looking forward to on Lumberjacks. This is the fourth game of the year for the four teams in this league, which, Lance, that means week of the season in which teams will be seeing each other for the first time.
That sounds about right to me. And it looks like we were talking about who's going to be goalie for SIAM Mandalay. I see it looks like Dream taking to the ice, and that's Ben Kleinashay right behind him. So those are the two Thai national team goalkeepers currently. Or no, last year, excuse me. Now I guess there's been a shift. But anyway, before they were, and they're going to be facing off against each other in the goals tonight at the end of the rinks.
As you see on your television, laptop, cell phone, whatever you happen to be watching this game on, SIAM Mandalay is wearing the green uniforms and Lexicon Lumberjacks comes out in the blue. Dan, as we welcome you inside the broadcast, I'm going to stick with Lance for just a minute before we talk about the game, because Lance has seen these teams played. He's a member of this hockey league. SIAM Mandalay coming in at 0-3, Lexicon Lumberjacks 3-0. That does not mean that we expect this game to be a walkover.
No, not at all. I'm sure one team is more confident than the other. I mean, heading in, having a 3-game winning streak will certainly boost your ego. But SIAM Mandalay, who's 0-3 currently, they're certainly going to come out fighting. They're going to come out hard. And they're going to be shooting against Ben Kleinashay, who used to be their goalkeeper last year. For the core group of SIAM Mandalay players, they had Ben minding the net before. But this time they're going to be going against him, which will be a bit of a challenge. And unfortunately for Dream, the last few games, he's had some challenging plays to deal with. He's let in an abnormal amount of goals. And I expect him to bounce back. I know he doesn't like losing. None of us goalkeepers do, and he's going to come out hard tonight.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that's all on his shoulders. The team in front of him has to pick him up and tighten up and keep the easy looks away from getting that those 10-meter, 15-meter shots straight ahead with no traffic in front.
Yeah, it's a team game. There's 5 players on the ice plus the goalkeeper with the 6 men, but the goalkeeper is the last line of defense. And of course, he can't stop everything. If he could, he wouldn't be playing in the SHL. But you're right, I agree. It's not all on his shoulders, but he's got a big weight to carry nonetheless.
So we are just about, we're already past the 8:30 mark here, local time in Bangkok, which means any minute we're going to get underway. SIAM Mandalay against LEXICON Lumberjacks is the first game, and then when this one's over, we'll bring the Zamboni onto the ice, and then the second game will be Aware against KCG. Dan Romano, let's bring you in. This is your first time in person to see a SIAM Hockey League game. I'm sure you're excited about this one.
I'm brand new here. I'm excited to be here and see the action tonight. You've done this before.
I have.
You've been here before.
I have. In fact, the last time I was here 2 weeks ago, then we were out of town for a week. But LEXICON Lumberjacks pulled off one of the great hockey games of this young season. That was that 6-5 win against KCG in a game that went to overtime after it was, I believe, 4-1 at one point with about 6 minutes left in the third period.
Something like that, yeah.
KCG came back, tied the game.
They just turned it on.
Tied the game, and then LEXICON scored again.
Yep.
And then KCG tied. This is all within the last minute of play. That was one of the real. This is it's a wide open style of play. There's a lot of talent on the ice. We do have a couple of guys who are not going to be playing tonight that we'll tell you about as the broadcast goes along. But these are, if this happens to be the first time that you've ever tuned in to watch a SIAM Hockey League game, honestly, you're in for a treat. It should be a really fun, wide open night of hockey. We'll see some goals. We'll see some really high level play. There's guys who have played professional hockey. There's guys who play on the national team. And I think that the matchups that we have tonight are going to be a really nice. I can't necessarily. I mean, there's 4 teams in the league. All the games are pretty fun, but I'm looking forward to the ones that we have this evening.
I have fun every single matchup, whether I'm playing or watching. I guess part of it is because I'm familiar with so many of these players. So they're friends, they're family.
With 4 teams, it seems like you'd get to know each other really well.
Exactly. I mean, as a goalkeeper, I know a lot of these guys' favorite moves or go-to moves. So.
Well, I'm going to call an audible here, and let's put our producer Keith on his toes. And you know, the pace of play once we start, the clock continues to tick throughout the periods. And so while we're a little bit delayed, it's about 3 minutes past our scheduled start time. Should we go through our rosters and our lineups while we actually have some time on the ice? Okay. Well, now we've actually got a countdown on the scoreboard.
I think I can read it in 30 seconds. We've got Dream in net.
Let's do it now. 30 seconds is a lot more time than we usually have.
Gonna have to wait.
Okay, Lance, take it over. Go for it.
All right, we got Saku, we got Ed McConnell, Jeff Bonanzo, Andrew Shee, Andrew Ross, and yeah, you guys can read that one there. Go ahead.
All right, then, these are the skaters on the ice for SIAM Mandalay. We're looking at the away team on the scoreboard first. The home team is LEXICON Lumberjacks, and we'll have a look at their goalies in net. It's obviously going to be Ben Kleineshay starting as Lance Parker is next to me. And then the skaters for LEXICON Lumberjacks look like this. And with that, the buzzer sounds, and we are just about ready for some hockey. I had to write down on my notes in front of me that tonight is Sunday. I keep forgetting what day of the week. When you don't have a regular, 9 to 5 work week, you tend to lose track of what day it is. And when we started to introduce the broadcast, I started calling this Thursday. And it's literally just now I'm finding out that no, this is a Sunday night.
Well, the longer you live here, the days just kind of blend into the months and into the years, where maybe back home we could measure it by the seasons, but here it's just basically one season. And then after 3 years, you're like, what? It's been 3 years already?
Every day.
Absolutely perfect setting for ice hockey. This new arena, Thailand International Ice Hockey Arena, just north of downtown Bangkok. We are starting to see some real growth in hockey in this country. And the great thing about watching the players on the ice in this first game is it's not just people from the United States or from Canada or from Eastern Europe or Russia. It's a lot of locally developed Thai players who maybe came through the youth leagues here and are starting to contribute at a very high level in this league.
It's incredible to see the growth. I've been playing here for almost 20 years now, and when I would take a taxi to the rink, a lot of people didn't know what was in my bag or what I was carrying in my hands. Some people suspected golf or paddling, but I'd have to say hockey. I'd carry a hockey card in my wallet to show the driver, this is what I do. But now, so many people know what hockey is.
So I don't like to talk about this kind of thing when we're actually on the air, but can you figure out, because we have a number 50 on the SIAM Mandalay goalkeeper on the left side. That is Dream who's getting the start today. That's correct? So it's Dream, not Sakura. Are we sure?
Igor's not here tonight.
Okay, so that is Dream in net for SIAM Mandalay and Ben Kleinashe in net for Lexicon Lumberjacks. On your television screen, SIAM Mandalay will move left to right, Lexicon right to left. Now, I went back and watched the broadcast from 2 weeks ago, and there's a summer baseball league team in North Carolina called the Lexington Lumberjacks, and I think I called them Lexington about 20 times.
Oh, that's right, you did.
So if that happens again, I want you to punch me in the leg, all right?
Be careful, I study martial arts.
17
Hockey
minutes.
is a violent sport, everybody.
The way
announcing.
The way that the periods work here, 17 minutes, no stoppages of the clock on whistles. So the clock will continue to run down until the end of the period.
In the event, for the final 2 minutes, I believe if the score is a 1 or 2 goal differential, I'm not quite sure, they will stop the clock for the whistles.
All right, so the face-off is, as the puck went into the players' area, the face-off is going to be outside of the Lexicon Lumberjacks offensive zone. It's Kim Arola, who's got 5 goals on the young season, taking and winning the draw for Lexicon. No shots in the game for either side as we reach 1 minute in, and Dream
Mike
comes
Friesen
back.
had a great chance going the other way, but the defense stood him up. But he came on hard, looking to start the engines of the SIAM Mandalay squad.
That was Friesen, you see, wearing number 11 in green, who handled the puck, and he's playing a little give and go, but they were going to be offsides. The puck trickles back into neutral ice, and Lexicon will attempt to corral. It's SIAM Mandalay with possession. We're a minute and a half in. No score, no shots yet.
We're still feeling each other out a little bit here.
I would say as Lexicon comes back to collect that, again, we're only 90 seconds into the game, but the neutral zone pressure from SIAM Mandalay is what you'd want to see in the early game for a team that's 0-3 against a team that's first in the league at 3-0.
Definitely. I find Mike Friesen to be one of the most dominant players out there right now, and he's got the puck once again, and he's crossing over the center, and he's going to find a way to get that puck through.
Good speed on that shot.
That shot was wide of the cage, and we get a whistle and a stoppage. Friesen, 1 goal, 1 assist on the season. He's the captain for SIAM Mandalay. And the captain on the other side, Justin Saint-Denis, who you see in 77 wearing the blue.
Oh, it's French. It's Saint-Denis.
Well, if I tried to be perfect with all of my pronunciation today,
oh yeah,
I would
especially
be
in the
asking
hockey,
for a big raise.
Yeah, in the hockey world, it's so tricky, especially here in Thailand. But yeah, Saint-Denis is the man captaining the Lumberjack squad.
It's Lexicon with possession as they move right to left, and that's Prom Tong who comes into the offensive zone, circling around behind the net, pressured and then poke-checked away on defense by Andrew Xie, but it's taken right back, and Prom Tong throws a little centering pass into the middle, but nobody home, and the puck goes back out to neutral ice where it is corralled and brought back.
What a great hustle
Offensively by Pan Hogswati. So
good
there we have
chance on
a
goal.
floater in on the cage, and we'll get the whistle and the stoppage. We are 3 minutes in, no score. It'll be an offensive zone face-off for Lexicon Lumberjacks.
Yeah, it wasn't very hard of a shot, but he got it away. He had the defense man in front of him, and he did a little toe drag and ripped that shot on net, and would have liked to have a little more weight on it, but Dream held on to it quite tightly. And here's another chance.
That's a pretty nice interception by
Good glove save.
Pem Jarat Woody Prida. How about that pronunciation? Was that all right?
That sounds great. I wasn't really looking. I was actually more looking at the shot. Sorry, I wasn't really listening. But it's probably good. Sorry. Good enough.
To the Jarat Woody Prida family, I hope I did not mess that up.
Oh, yeah. Let's just call him Peem.
It's a pretty big offensive zone face-off right now for Arola in blue. You saw SIAM Mandalay win the last 2 face-offs in the early going of the hockey game. 2 shots so far, both from the guys in blue, Lexicon Lumberjacks, and a 3rd consecutive face-off win for SIAM Mandalay. And this time the puck ends up on the stick.
This is a good chance there.
Of number 6. That's Bonazzo. Bonazzo centering pass
Good
to the middle.
pass.
It's poked away, and now a potential odd man rush for Mark Vatsis. It was a quick 3-on-2 developing, but SIAM Mandalay able to get back. Now looking for a shot is Kindborn. Coming in, passes back to the end line. There's a center floated towards the crease. Dream gets over, sticks a foot out, and blocks
Job
that
to cover
one.
it up there. That was dangerous.
Dream's looking good just at the start. He's had a couple of glove saves, and there he's covering the far post.
You know, he had to go from one post to the other and get that foot out to be able to block that one. That was a really, on a floater like that, you see those fool goalkeepers more often than not.
He's going to be hungry tonight for sure. I don't think he wants a repeat of the last few games at all.
Face off won cleanly by SIAM Mandalay, and the pass trying to spring a 2-on-1. A little bit too far, and the whistle for icing. Get the face-off coming all the way back to the other side of the ice. Adam Gottschalk, Lance Parker, Dan Romano, and Keith Mueller here with you, along with all of our fantastic camera crew, producers.
For those of you watching, fans, family, friends, if you're watching, please drop us a comment. Either whatever social media platform you're watching, say hi, and hopefully we can read it out on the air to you.
Friesen beat Arola with the face-off win, and SIAM Mandalay looking
move
to create an offensive
middle.
opportunity. There's a shot. Stasny didn't get a lot behind it, and it was pretty easily kicked aside by Klein Shea. And there's one that one was probably screened in front. I would be surprised if Klein Shea actually saw that puck as it came in, but body in the right position.
Ben Kleinische was just poking his head around CJ Gamble in front of the net.
Meanwhile, Stasny on a centering pass
there it
tries
is.
to go 5-hole,
we have our
and the
first
shot
goal of the
poked home. It's Saint-Denis, and it's 1-0. Take that back. That's CJ Gamble, 77 in green, not blue, and CJ Gamble makes it 1-0. SIAM Mandalay taking the early lead, and you know what? The last 2-3 minutes, they've dominated the puck possession.
Do you think we might be watching an upset here? Maybe.
Well, the game's still young. Lexicon's usually slow to start. But once they get going.
So CJ Gamble puts home the goal. That's his first of the year, according to the statistics that I have in front of me. And it was the 3rd opportunity on that offensive possession for SIAM Mandalay. That was not can't call that a dirty goal by any stretch, even though that one came out of a little bit of traffic. There was a pretty golden scoring opportunity from Stasny right before that as well.
Exactly. They just applied so much pressure, and they just kept putting the puck on the net or towards net. Ben got that last save before he kicked it off to the side where CJ Gamble was waiting on the spot and was able to pop it in quite easily.
So you saw just a moment ago that icing was washed out, and Lexicon had to wheel all the way back behind their own cage to start the possession. They brought it into the offense, but nothing doing, and Lexicon will regather. We're approaching the halfway mark of the first period of this hockey game, and now losing
we have a glove on the ice.
The puck is Irakainen.
Oh, that was Jari Irakainen. Dropped his glove.
But kept the puck.
He sure did. He didn't miss a beat.
All right, and they are ready to go.
So this is Omelka for Lexicon trying to create, and a gorgeous pass floated to the middle, but Saint-Denis just tipped it wide of the cage. That will not go down officially as a shot on goal, but it's probably the best scoring opportunity in the game for Lexicon to this point. 1-0 SIAM Mandalay, our score. As you see in the top right corner of our television screen. You can see that when SIAM Mandalay takes possession, there are usually only one or two guys who are sprinting down the ice. They're playing a defensive game first.
Yeah, I think they want to be a lot more cautious than the previous two games.
Meanwhile,
here's a big shot, or not a big shot, sorry, a big bounce. Long shot from the blue line.
It ended up catching the outside of the goalpost. It may have been helped there with the goalie stick from Dream. But either way, the puck floated to the middle of the ice as SIAM Mandalay will try to control in the middle of a line change.
It's a nice little handoff there. It almost looks like they practiced that.
Finally, SIAM Mandalay will be able to complete the line change, and that pass sprung down the ice. Vatsis, but just a little too far. It may have skipped over his stick. That was very nearly a breakaway. Puck now goes back out to neutral and chasing it down for SIAM Mandalay.
There's a great
the
opportunity
offensive
here.
possession. There's Sinagulia. Sinagulia will pass one back to. This is your next homework assignment, all right? I got a number 9 for SIAM Mandalay, which is not on our roster. If you can help me try and figure out who's wearing 9.
9. Is he on the ice right now? There he is.
There you go, circling around right at the point.
All right, let's see if he can clear it out.
That's the one guy I am trying to figure out who that might be. That's going to be your homework assignment.
Sure. So you want it later?
Sure. For now, he'll just be Mr. 9.
Yes. I don't recognize his face at all. That could be Kim, perhaps. Not Kim Arola, but I think there's another Kim on the other side where he was quite dangerous the last game.
Either way, speaking of dangerous, that was a pretty gorgeous pass right to the middle, but just a little too close to the crease as he corralled the pass was Pan Hongswati. That's his second time with a scoring chance in this game, but back the other way, Sinagulia, 22 in green. Throws one towards the middle, nobody home, and Lexicon Lumberjacks will come back with the puck and possession.
They've got some room moving forward.
It's a 3-on-2, but now back to
good defense.
Back to even numbers. Is that one a little bit slow developing? 1-0 our score. We have 6 minutes remaining, and there's a takeaway. And it was odd man numbers the other way, but just nothing really developing for SIAM Mandalay, trying to build on their 1-0 lead. Lexicon Lumberjacks in blue, SIAM Mandalay in green. And if you're just joining us, SIAM Mandalay 0-3, Lexicon 3-0, but that's not what the scoreboard would say at this point. There's a shot that was into the belly of the goalkeeper. 2 whacks at it, but Dream held his ground, and then we get a whistle.
That was a bit of a premature blow on the call there.
It wasn't because the goal was off its moorings.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I didn't either, but I thought so too, that it was a premature whistle, but the goal had come off its moorings.
I was just watching the puck, and then I heard the whistle go, and I thought...
there was a chance at another whack at that one if the whistle hadn't blown.
Yeah, Dream was down and out, and that puck was
bouncing in the danger zone. Did they blow the whistle because
the goal was off it? Yeah, the net had come off. Either way, when you're 0-3 and you're looking to upset the first place team, you need breaks like that sometimes, and they'll take it at this point. No numbers for Lexicon, but still coming in with a head of steam and trying to build on what is officially counted as 10 shots on goal in the opening period for Lexicon Lumberjacks. I guess they got multiple whacks at it on a couple of occasions.
They did,
but the only goal so far is in the other side.
It's efficiency. It's good.
So Kim Arola, 88, comes in with Vatsis, 9, and they're trying to create some offense here for Lexicon Lumberjacks. That one almost skittered through, but it ends up behind the cage.
Yeah, it's another shot for Lexicon, and here they go again, winding up just wide.
I gotta say, Dream is doing a great job tonight.
That was Dennis Omelka with that last one. That he was trying to find a deflection in front, just throwing that one towards the cage.
Oh, yeah.
But either way, now another line change for SIAM Mandalay, trying to get fresh bodies on the ice and maintain their advantage, as Lexicon will have 4 minutes left to work with, trying to get on the scoreboard. They are a potent, high-powered offense. We've seen them score in bunches this year. So if you're SIAM Mandalay, you'd like to add one more.
Yeah, Lexicon Lumberjacks are just dominating the score sheet. And one of the players dominating, number 2 on the list, Kim Arola, just a shot just off Dream's glove there.
9 points in 3 games for Arola coming into this. He's got 5 goals, 4 assists.
Yeah, such a turnaround season for him compared to the previous season we played at the old rink. But that rink before, we had way too much water on the ice, which slowed a lot of us down. Here's Arola again, nice shot up high.
You know, he probably had another few feet he could have come in to get a better opportunity. He snapped that shot quickly, but there was a lot of open ice in front of him if he just kept coming towards the cage. I think that when you see that much open ice, you're almost surprised.
And
too easy.
Tell you what, with Dream, he likes to go down. As you saw, he went down, and I think Kim was going for that sweet spot, but Dream's got that hot glove tonight. Not a lot getting by that glove at all. If it hits the glove, it usually stays in.
Face-off win for SIAM Mandalay, and they're going to try and mount an offensive charge here as corralling the puck is Friesen, chasing it into the corner and looking for some help. It ends up back on his stick at the point right side, now charging in and floats one that's off the shoulder of the Lexicon Lumberjacks goalkeeper, Kleinshay. That is a save. That puck was on goal.
Yes, I think he got his blocker on that, in fact. But yeah, I knew Friesen was going to take a shot. He's so
Friesen again.
dangerous.
That one actually deflects in front of the net off his own teammate McConnell, who was looking for a deflection. The puck's still held in offensively. Here's Stasny. Stasny charging in. That puck poked away. Collecting in the corner, McConnell for SIAM Mandalay. It's back on McConnell's stick. Now Friesen, snapshot deflected high.
Ben got a piece of that, and that puck went the right direction, up and over the net. Right direction for Ben, wrong direction for Friesen.
They'll continue to cycle the puck in the offense with under 2 minutes remaining in the period. That one just deflected and taken away, and now a chance at a 4-on-2
they've done a great job
if they
keeping it in
hurry,
the zone.
but it is offsides.
Oh, no. That's unfortunate, because they look so strong coming down the ice, but I guess they couldn't get
had
that
an
flying
opportunity, and
V
they blew
formulated. And one man
who was in
overstepped the
early,
ice
and I
there.
think he had his stick on the ice as if he expected a pass. He thought that was going to end up on the tape.
Yeah, young Roger, he's such a dominant player out there as well. When he gets that puck on his stick, you can expect to see some pretty moves from him.
13 shots in the early going for Lexicon Lumberjack, and
Got about
6
1 minute left, just a little more.
6 for SIAM Mandalay. We don't have official statistics on scoring chances, but you got to imagine that's a whole lot closer than the 13-6 margin. I want to give a quick reminder to our network affiliates at the end of this period. This is going to be your local break. So for our talented and hardworking board ops and producers back in studio, wherever you may be, next commercial break that's coming up in 45 seconds is yours. But first, we still have some hockey left. And here is a 1-on-2 for SIAM Mandalay from Scenic Gulia, who just rifled one.
He's got such a great shot, and he didn't miss by much. I mean, Ben had it, but it bounced out of his glove, and the puck is still live.
Can either side find one more scoring chance here? And
I think somebody will, and it looks like Dennis Omelka passing it to Kim Arola back in front center.
10
Saint Denis.
seconds left, and with 5, with 4, there's a centering pass to the middle, and it's poke-checked away, saving a goal, preserving the lead, and that takes us to the end of the period. 1-0 our score. SIAM Mandalay over Lexicon Lumberjacks. Here's your local break. This is Thailand's biggest night for hockey. Hockey Night in Thailand.
This is breaking news from Thailand.
I read these, I'm like, am I supposed to say both of them?
News. Now all the Thailand news is in one place. The latest reports from around the clock and around the world. Breaking Thailand news from all the world's top news sources, translated into 11 languages and updated 24 hours a day. Here's Ali with more.
ThailandTV.news has it all. The latest news, weather and sports updates, plus up-to-the-minute events listings and fun things to do in Thailand. And that's not all. There's also entertainment, lifestyle, and travel news, including the latest visa information. If it's happening in Thailand, you'll find it here at ThailandTV.news.
It's all here at ThailandTV.news. All the latest news, weather, sports, they even cover ice hockey. It's all done at ThailandTV.news. Yes, it's all the Thailand news, all in one place.
back for the start of the second period between SIAM Mandalay and Lexicon Lumberjacks. Adam Gottschalk, Lance Parker, Dan Romano, Keith Mueller, the whole crew. It is Thailand International Ice Hockey Arena and this Sunday night production of the SIAM Hockey League. 1-0
This
our
second
score.
period starts off just as strong as that first period finished. These guys are hungry. They need a goal and they want it, and here they come again.
So as we start the second period, we switch sides, and Lexicon Lumberjacks, that's a glove save by Dream, and he'll get the quick whistle.
Another glove save.
Yeah, I think that's his 5th glove save already,
So,
if not 6th.
As you said, he's a goalkeeper who typically tends to play more of a butterfly style, but when you see him standing up and catching the puck in his glove, that's a sign of confidence from the young Thai goalkeeper.
He's seen a lot of shots tonight, and nothing's gone through, so
If you
I can
did not
understand the
watch
confidence.
our first period, CJ Gamble for SIAM Mandalay tallied the game's only marker. To this point, SIAM is in green, Lexicon Lumberjacks in blue, and as you watch it on your TV screen, it's SIAM Mandalay moving from right to left, and it'll just be an easy little puck collection in the corner for Omelka and Lexicon Lumberjacks. They come in 3-0, SIAM Mandalay 0-3, but the season is still very young and hope alive for everybody. That was a quick wraparound attempt from Hong Swati, but snuffed out in front. So far, much of the action in this game has been on this side of the ice. In the first period, it was SIAM Mandalay. In the first couple minutes of this period, it's been Lexicon Lumberjacks. That may have been a little cross-check from Friesen, but no harm, no foul. We play on. For Lexicon, it's Kindborn in the corner, floating one, looking for some help in front, but it ends up just harmlessly poke-checked away and back out to neutral ice. Lurking in the corner, waiting for the puck, Kindborn. He was all alone for a moment, but
We got 2-on-1 right now.
and now SIAM Mandalay back the other way. That's
what a
McConnell
move. What a pass.
Fires
What
a
a
pass to
finish.
the front, and guess who? Mike Friesen. 2-0 SIAM Mandalay.
Not much Ben Kleinische could do on that, especially with Mike Friesen on the finish. And Mike put that right up top. With Ben down, out, stretching, trying to stop that puck, but unable to this time. So Lexicon gathers the puck, gain the zone, and here's a great opportunity here. Takes a shot,
And
5-hole, right between the legs.
It's okay, I got it, man.
Oh, I didn't hear you, sorry. Sorry.
No worries, no apologies. Just it's all right. You're
Excuse me, I
so used to being the play-by-play for so many months here. It's okay. I'll go
it was
have a
quiet. It was very quiet on my earphones. Please excuse me for talking over you.
No worries. It's 2-1 the score now. Lexicon Lumberjacks the goal. And
We have ourselves a game here, folks.
that's a quick answer right back. So it was 1-0 at the end of the first for SIAM Mandalay. They were riding high with a 2-0 advantage, but Lexicon a very quick answer. And now looking to counterpunch and make this a brand new hockey game. Lexicon back into the offense. That's Saint Denis. Saint Denis throws one towards the cage, and that's poked away. And here's SIAM Mandalay back, no numbers, teeing up a rocket of a shot is Bonazzo. Puck still in possession behind the cage, calling for it in front. For SIAM Mandalay was Gamble, the goal scorer, but it ends up a 3-on-2 back the other way. Lexicon Lumberjacks. There's a beautiful cross-ice pass into the middle, and the shot from Saint Denis.
Just too low there. If he would have put that up, Dream was already out.
Well, we have a good opportunity here.
Back for SIAM Mandalay. What a beautiful move. A little toe drag from Gamble. He didn't get much of a shot away. And we play on. So now we're starting to see some end-to-end wide-open hockey.
Yeah, Saint Denis gives chase, picks up the puck in the corner. But he's got 3 men to contend with, but he still overcomes them.
Another save.
There was no screener in front, so a fairly easy one for Dream to stay with and read. But it is still Lexicon Lumberjack in possession of the puck. And it'll skip over the stick and back out to neutral ice. Nice little no-look
Oh
tap
my
pass
goodness,
behind
that was
him.
perfect.
Now with 3 on,
pass
2 back. There's a shot from Stasny.
Good
and
hard shot.
It kind of handcuffed the goalkeeper, but he is able to keep it out of the net. And in the end of the score sheet, that's all that matters.
Yeah. Oh, here's about. Oh, I thought the team was going the other way. I got confused with the goalie's jersey and the defense's jersey.
It's a
But
gorgeous steal from Hong Zwadi, who comes in and just laces that one high. It might have deflected off part of the body of Dream, the goalkeeper. Meanwhile, that was just a little cherry picking down on the other end of the ice from Sinagolia. He's
The
just
right
hanging
place
out
at the right time.
about 100 meters away from, about 100 feet away from anybody else. But
you can break your back.
That's how I usually play
with
hockey.
that.
that's how you usually play hockey, because I don't think you're the most fleet of foot anymore.
I'm not. It's hard to move me, but it's hard for me to move me too.
Dan's got such a wonderful, hard, meaningful shot, and quite successful sometimes.
Good job to cover it up there.
Get a whistle and a face-off. We're 6 minutes into period number 2. The score 2-1 SIAM Mandalay over LEXICON Lumberjacks. LEXICON has been dialing up the pressure since getting on the scoreboard about 3 minutes ago, and they'll win the face-off here. We have not yet seen any penalties called in this game. It's been 5 aside since we started.
Yeah, happy to see the boys keeping it clean out there.
Look,
we all got to go to work tomorrow, or most of us do.
this is a fantastic arena, and I don't mean to sound negative in saying this, but today is an exceptionally humid day, and it looks like we may start seeing the ice becoming a factor. It's not playing very fast today, as meanwhile Gamble just whiffed on a one-timer. He might have had an open net if he'd been able to get a hold of that one. But yeah, you can see some ruts on the ice. It was raining outside when we arrived. It's sort of unseasonably warm today. This is an extremely well insulated and air conditioned arena, but you would be shocked if at some point, as the game moves on and we don't get the Zamboni between periods with such a fast-paced hockey game, it may become a factor.
Yeah, I'm starting to see a bit of some wet spots out there.
Feels like it.
But the ice is certainly much better than we used to have before.
It's got to be a heck of a job keeping up Ice Arena here in Thailand.
No doubt. Built by Ice Arena experts of Canada. They've done rinks in Dallas for the NHL. Tropical climates all over the place. They did the Salt Lake City Olympics as well.
You know, we haven't called Andrew Ross's name yet in this game, number 8 for SIAM Mandalay, but he just made a beautiful play on a poke check when it looked like there were going to be numbers for LEXICON Lumberjacks.
He's such a dark horse out there.
Can't say he saved a goal necessarily, but he certainly saved a pretty attractive shot on net, let's say.
Yeah. No, he's a good, strong boy out there, Andrew Ross. When he gets that puck on his stick, he's pretty strong.
Canadian. I have him listed as a forward and defenseman. Plug him in and play him.
Yeah, he could probably play goal too, I guess.
Speaking of guys who could probably play every position on the ice, that was Stasny, who had it just a moment ago. But meanwhile, counter-punching the other way for LEXICON Lumberjacks.
Oh my goodness.
And wow.
That is another
how did that one stay
beautiful
out?
save.
I think that was Roger coming in. I thought Roger had Dream beat. But Dream, I guess he put that glove out far enough just to keep that angle down.
Just barely got it.
And had that puck again in the glove.
And by the way, in the SIAM Hockey League, the periods are running time. Clock doesn't stop. So you're not going to miss any of the action as we step away and go side by side. This is Thailand's biggest night for hockey. This is Hockey Night in Thailand.
So yeah, there was a penalty there. Oh, sorry to talk over the music. Yeah, I love this song too.
Well, we could not have timed this out any better as we come back from break. It's the game's first power play. We had a penalty called on Jeff Bonazzo for SIAM Mandalay, which gives Lexicon Lumberjacks the game's first power play, and they very nearly put that one home within the opening 10 seconds, but it stays wide of the cage. It's an offensive zone possession for Lexicon Lumberjacks looking to tie the score. They're down 2-1. But
Dream was down and out.
They have the game's first man advantage. So Lexicon Lumberjacks with 5 and SIAM Mandalay with 4 on the ice right now. And so far the possession has stayed in the offensive side, as this is a very important part. About midway through this hockey game, we're actually a little bit longer than midway through the hockey game. Lexicon Lumberjacks have not led. They've trailed since the game's first goal. Meanwhile, that is a rocket shot. Absolute laser beam off the stick of Ken Kindborn.
Here he comes again. Oh.
Kindborn again floats that one, but
Just missed it right
stays
there.
high, and puck still in the offensive possession. This is a very extended offensive zone power play shift as Kindborn overlaps with Omelka. It's Omelka just circling off, trying to get a little closer and create some magic. That's still Omelka. Here's Kindborn. He just didn't get all of it, but it ends up right back on his stick. Kindborn for Lexicon wearing 5, Omelka 6. It's been those two, and finally look how quickly SIAM Mandalay sprints off the ice. They desperately needed that clear with 50 seconds remaining in the Lexicon Lumberjacks power play.
Well, those are some of the younger, stronger players too, so they've got those legs. So now we got the more senior players out on the power play. Let's see if they can finish this off.
That's Kim Arola, 88, who brought it in across the blue line into the offense. Half a minute left in the man advantage. Again, with no whistles, they're 2 minutes, 30 seconds for each power play here, but this might be a shorthanded opportunity. It's at least 2-on-2. Friesen back, and he gets the shot away, and a pretty good look.
He's got that move where he won't look at the goalie. He'll look for the pass, and then he'll shoot it on net.
And he just took it back and got hit. That's 2 shorthanded shots on goal, which even though they don't put any goals on the scoreboard for SIAM Mandalay, that's taken off about 20 seconds of penalty time. And actually, as that puck is covered, we see the final 3, 2, 1 tick off. SIAM Mandalay, despite a 90-second offensive zone Lexicon possession. Game still 2-1, power play over, back to 5 aside.
Yeah,
feels like the experience on that lane helped out to kill the end of that penalty.
21 shots in total to 12 shots going the other way.
It's been an exciting game so far.
So a lot of 2s and 1s on the board right now.
Okay, so story of that penalty, other than the shots rocketed from Kindborn and Omelka's offensive possession. Well, I'll tell you after this, Stasny very nearly made it 3-1. That is a gorgeous toe drag, but quick whistle stops play. What I wanted to ask you, the story of that penalty to me was defensive play of Mike Friesen. He got 2 shorthanded opportunities. He's the captain of SIAM Mandalay. I've heard you singing his praises throughout this broadcast. Tell me what Mike Friesen does so well.
When he has the puck, it's so frustrating for me as a goalkeeper because he's got so many different moves that he can pull out and do just to fool everybody. Just like, say, for example, one of those shots that he got on net. This is the no-look shot. He's got the man to pass it to. He'll look for the pass, and then he'll rifle it on net. And he hit the goalie.
He's on the ice now, 11 in green, and it is SIAM Mandalay coming away with the puck. We're down to, this has been an incredibly fast-moving, every period moves exactly the same speed. This feels like a fast-moving period. It's just been end-to-end and very few whistles.
There haven't been a lot of breaks in the action.
Here's Kindborn, rifled another one. Man, he's got a heavy shot. But that one kicked out. Stays 2-1 the score. If you're SIAM Mandalay, at some point, you probably need to start paying attention to where Kindborn is on the ice. Because he's not out there to watch. He's out there to shoot, and he's fired some bullets.
Ken is a true leader on and off the ice. And, yes, if he's not
Meanwhile, that's a takeaway. And picking it up for Lexicon Lumberjacks, Arola. He couldn't get the shot away, but they maintain possession. And there's Kindborn, who'll fire one high.
Ed McConnell sacrificing the shin pads to Ken's heavy shot, as you were alluding to earlier.
Yeah, you can't say that this is not an important game for SIAM Mandalay when you see guys getting in front of shots like that.
Well, Ed, I like to call him Ed the Fed. So he's worked for the Bureau before.
Here's Omelka into the middle. And it was Vatsis who wanted to tee up a one-timer, couldn't get to it.
They've got numbers.
Well, but a pretty nice defensive play. That actually was very close to being offsides. In the end, speaking of numbers, it's a 2-on-1 back the other way. This is Prongtong leading the charge, feeding the pass to Pem, but it ends up just off the mark.
I didn't think he'd get that pass through, but he did.
Irikainen had it and then feeds it into the corner. It's Lexicon Lumberjacks. We're down to 90 seconds left in period number 2. 2-1 SIAM Mandalay, 1-1 the score in this period, and what a pass! And that is in.
That did go in.
Finally, they can finish on the shot. I mean, the rebound, Dream had it, and he couldn't get it again, unfortunately.
I don't care what level you're playing at, as that was, I believe that was Hong Swati who will get credit for the goal. I don't care what level you're playing at. You could have Dominic Hasek in net. He's going to have trouble stopping that. When you put one on the tape that's about 3 feet off the ground and get that deflection, right? And that pass was a slap pass that was almost halfway up the goalpost. Very little any goalkeeper can do to stop that.
Yeah, I think Roger was still feeling the burn from that glove save Dream got him on that breakaway when he had Dream down and out.
And with 35 seconds remaining in the second period, we are tied 2-2. Lexicon Lumberjacks will try and mount one last offensive charge. They've scored twice this period. And there's a
smell blood.
That was the exact same play.
Almost made it 3.
Exact same play. And as the clock ticks down real quickly, just a reminder again to our network affiliates, I feel like I just said this. What a quick period this has been.
It's a good way to end the period.
It's going to be a local
One more
break coming
chance,
up.
maybe? No.
So for our network affiliates, this
1
is
second.
your break coming as the
there it
clock
is.
hits triple zeros. This is Thailand's biggest night for hockey. It's Hockey Night in Thailand. Back after this.
Let's go.
I really got the feeling today that everything is going my way. Now this is what I'm talking about. Every time I see your smile, it makes me shout. Let's go! Let's go! Nothing's gonna stop us today. Get on the bus or get out the way. We're cruising with the radio on. So turn it up to 10. Here comes our favorite song. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Well, could we ask for any more? 2-2 our score, first game of the day here. We've got one more coming after this, but so far it's been a barn burner, and we have a pretty tense third period coming between Lexicon Lumberjack and SIAM Mandalay, and we very nearly started this period with a breakaway, but it's sticked aside by Dream. SIAM Mandalay in the green, Lexicon Lumberjacks in the blue. 2-2 our score, and there's Friesen for SIAM Mandalay carrying the puck into the offense. And actually, that's a pretty good look on the first shot of the period from SIAM Mandalay. It was 1-0 after 1. And then Lexicon, that's a Friesen interception. Tees up a
good
bullet,
stop.
but it's gloved down by Kleinshay.
Seems like this right side is getting all the action tonight.
Doesn't it feel that way? I've started to get a
think the
crick
ice
in my
is
neck
leaning
from
this
looking
way,
this
huh?
way so far.
What a crick in my neck.
What a great release from Friesen.
sometimes statistics can be misleading, and the scoreboard says the shots are 26-14 in favor of Lexicon Lumberjacks.
It doesn't seem that one-sided.
Doesn't feel like that, does it?
Oh, for me it does. I don't see Ben getting a lot of shots, to be honest with you.
Clearly, he hasn't been tested, but there's a lot of shots that have just missed the target. There's been a lot of attempts. There's been a lot of offensive zone possession. Again, without the benefit of possession numbers, to me it feels fairly even.
Sure.
But what do I know?
No, it's it's subjective. Like, I mean, I'm sure different captains have different viewpoints of the game and what's happening right now. But here we go again, and the
Meanwhile,
puck in Dream's glove.
Shakhnovsky was camped out in front of the cage calling for it,
glove
and
is getting a workout today.
if they'd been able to connect on that pass, he was standing with a wide open crease, but it was deflected high, and that's the breaks. It will be an offensive zone face-off for Lexicon Lumberjacks. 2-2 our score, and trying to change that with a bullet off the face-off was Hong Swati, 11 in blue. Called his name a fair bit today.
Oh yes, young Peem.
He has not scored a goal on the season, but he has 3 assists coming in. He's had a couple of laser beam shots looking to change that in this one, but Adam Gottschalk, Lance Parker, Dan Romano, Keith Mueller, and all of our crew here on site, bringing you live hockey from the capital of Thailand. Yes, there is hockey in Southeast Asia, and you're watching it. SIAM Mandalay looking for their first shot on goal here in the third period. 2-2 our score, and that was behind the cage. A pretty nice move from Bonazzo, looking to create some space, but no harm, no foul.
Jeff Bonazzo, such a tricky player. Whenever he has the puck on his stick, I have to be very aware when I'm playing against him.
Why?
Oh, he's just so tricky, so creative. He'll make sure he gets a good pass off, and if he's not going to get a good pass, he'll have a great shot.
Team leader in assists for SIAM Mandalay. In fact, nobody on the roster had more than 1 coming into this game except Bonazzo, who had 4. Meanwhile, carried the puck in is Sina Gulia, who pretty nice defensive play to poke check it away, and now there was a line change actually on both sides, so a little unsettled, and oh my goodness, Kim Arola caught the inside of the goal post, and that one gets home to make it 3-2, and it's 2 straight unanswered from Lexicon Lumberjacks to take their first lead of the hockey game.
That's a difficult shot to stop when the player just pulls the stick in and gets the goalie off center. And Kim had that corner labeled.
I was just about to say, it seemed like Lumberjacks had all the momentum, and there it was.
That breaks a tie between Kim Arola and Dennis Omelka. That's the 6th goal of the season in the 4th game of the year for Arola, and that was a goal scorer's goal. And meanwhile, that one took a couple of bounces in front of the goalkeeper. I'm not sure for a moment that Kleineshay saw it, but he was able to cover and
seemed
gets the
to
whistle.
have it, and then he wanted to create a play. He felt the sense of urgency to get the puck going the other way for some strange reason, and he let it go intentionally. And his defense man was not having any of that, and they almost paid the price.
So Kim Arola with a snapshot that caught the inside of the far goal post makes it a 3-2 game. We have 11 minutes and 45 seconds remaining as the clock continues to roll. SIAM Mandalay has done everything in this game to hang with the league's only unbeaten team. But so far, we have a 3-2 Lexicon Lumberjack lead. "29 shots in the game for Lexicon. Pretty nice performance from Dream, stopping 26 of those.
I'm loving how Dream's looking tonight. Welcome back, Dream.
Meanwhile, there's a centering pass and a gorgeous play, but Stasny just put that one on the belly of the goalkeeper. I think he was trying to go 5-hole, but might have elevated it a little bit too much.
Well, Ben was going down, hence it going into the belly, because it was labeled for the 5-hole between the legs. But Ben saw that all the way with a clear look and was able to smother that puck up and keep that puck in his belly.
It was Tom Stasny who had that opportunity, the forward from Switzerland. 3-2 our score. Lexicon Lumberjacks looking to add some insurance, and that was Omelka carrying it in, but he couldn't get a shot away. He still has possession. Omelka, number 6 in blue, circles the puck behind the cage. It's Hong Swati who has it. He's playing a little overlap and hanging on to the puck. With the clock ticking, there's Omelka again. The defenseman comes up into the offensive play. Fires one towards the cage. Dream covers, and there's the goal on the follow. Dream couldn't cover. The puck was loose in front, and I didn't see who tipped that home, but getting some congratulations. We'll see the number in just a second. I think
Number 55, Roger. Is that Roger?
I think that's 44.
Okay, Peem.
Well, I mean, there were high fives all around, but
sure.
It may have been Peem who put that home. Either way, it was a goal off a rebound. How many times do you see that? That first shot stop? Goalkeeper can't corral the rebound, but meanwhile trying to counterpunch. There's Bonazzo. Bonazzo quickly puts the brakes on, fires a gorgeous pass, and the shot right in the belly. CJ Gamble looked for his second of the day. Quick note, by the way, for all the Thailand hockey fans, friends, members of the community, you can get official Thailand hockey merchandise, including SHL and Flying Farang t-shirts, hoodies, and all kinds of Thailand hockey swag delivered directly to you anywhere in the world. It makes a fantastic holiday gift, and this is the time of the year where if you're not thinking about holiday gifts, you need to start. If you have a Thailand hockey fan in your life, you need to log on to hockeythailand.com. 4-2, Lexicon Lumberjacks have battled all the way back from a second period deficit to take a 2-goal lead into the game's final 8 minutes.
I think we're starting to see how they ended up being 3-0.
Yeah, as promised earlier, Lexicon's usually slow to start.
You called it.
SIAM Mandalay has plenty of time left, but they need to take advantage of offensive zone opportunities, and they're going to have to put some goals on the board here. That was a pretty good opportunity. It looked like Adam Simpson.
That was Adam.
Who snapped that one just high. First time we've called his name in the period, but
Adam's a defenseman, but that's his one of his favorite moves is coming in and just kind of making a last-minute move to the left on the near side.
I think he may have had that top corner if he'd kept that one a little bit lower. He had the right idea, aiming for that top right corner. It's SIAM Mandalay trailing by 2 with the puck. 7 minutes left to go in the game. And the second game coming up after this, we invite you to stick around because it will be another barn burner coming. Aware and KCG. This one is, what, about 30 minutes after this one's over? We'll have the second game for you? 15, 20 minutes. That's so fast. I wanted to go get a donut downstairs. If you've never been to Thailand and you're watching us on television, you may be surprised to know that we have Tim Hortons here.
We do. Thai people love donuts and they love coffee. It's a no-brainer having Tim Hortons set up here.
I could go for some Timbits right now.
Dan, you actually were the one who, when I first got to Thailand, you were the one who introduced me to the magic of the Tim Hortons coffee and donut combination delivered to our doorstep, and sadly,
for a while they had a buy one get one free deal that they were doing, and
yeah, this is we're going a little too far into this for a non-sponsor.
We appreciate the sponsors. Definitely.
Oh, it is a sponsor. There we go. Okay, well, even better.
I believe they sponsor.
Get a hold of us.
If not,
Keith says we'll send them an invoice for it. It's Lexicon Lumberjacks with a 4-2 lead. Let's let's at least acknowledge that there's still a hockey game going on. The SIAM Mandalay certainly not out of this by any stretch.
Just
They're
under
in green.
6 minutes left.
But the first thing for SIAM Mandalay is to get the puck out of their defensive zone. We've seen heavy pressure from Lexicon Lumberjacks throughout this third period, and that was very nearly an attempt from Korn Kuprasop, who's in the game, 33 in blue, but the puck was just blocked right off of his stick.
Oh.
And that's Kuprasop again on the doorstep, who threw that one into the blocker pad of Lexicon, Dream. Okay, I'm gonna try it. Dream.
Oh, I'm not even going to try, sorry.
Unkul Patanasuk. Unkul Patanasuk.
It's probably wrong. Doesn't sound very Thai. But nice try, though.
Unkul
There's so many
Patanasuk.
tones. But Dream, he made another great save there. And he's up to 35 shots now.
31 saves on 35 shots, and to be honest, he's done everything you could ask of your goalkeeper. And the defense in front of him, they've played a tough, hard-nosed game of hockey as well. This is just a very...
There's been a couple unfortunate bounces in this one.
Yes.
Look, Lexicon Lumberjacks are a team that is going to score on anybody. And speaking of which, there's goal number 5.
It's a good example right there.
Yeah. Yeah, as I was saying earlier too, they're just dominating the scoring sheet. And I believe that was Ken finishing that shot.
You're exactly right. That was Ken Kinborn. And you know what? I feel good for him that he got one today. Ken Kinborn has been just firing laser beams pretty much since the beginning of the second period. We're calling his name every 2 or 3 minutes in the game. And he does get one. That one, what's the old saying in hockey, good things happen when you create traffic in front of the net.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they're still not done. Lexicon Lumberjacks with a 5-2 lead. It is 4 unanswered for Lexicon. And with 3.5 minutes left in the game, they're looking for more. For Ken Kinborn, this is only his second goal of the season, along with 2 assists. But man, does he ever have a heavy shot, and he just threw that one towards the cage with a lot of traffic in front. And I'm pretty sure the goalkeeper never saw it coming.
Yeah. I dare say Ken's got the heaviest shot in the league this season. There's a player that shoots it harder than him, but he's just a substitute player this year, unfortunately. So Ken may have taken the heavyweight title for the hardest shot in the league.
Meanwhile,
and
there's
on show tonight.
Sorry to interrupt you. That was John Shaknovsky who had it, and then ended up cycling it around, but it ends up back on the stick of Friesen, but
obvious
a whistle.
Offsides there. That's unfortunate.
What was it called? Was it a?
I totally missed it. It seemed to be a good play, but I'm no referee. I could never ever call a game. We'd have to watch the replay. Those of you at home watching on YouTube can scrub back on your screens and see if that was an offside or not. But Friesen was uncharacteristically emotional about that, and still is unsatisfied.
Yeah, Friesen appeared to be in alone for a breakaway. 5-2 the score. It was 2-2 heading into this third and final period. I believe, if my score sheet is correct, Lexicon Lumberjacks tied the game with about 40 seconds left in the second period. Before that point, they had trailed pretty much throughout. There was a brief stretch in which it was tied 1-1, but not for long. Anyway, here's game's not over yet. That was a roll.
Yeah, the fat lady has not sung. If Friesen gets another shift out there, he's going to be on fire.
6 goals in the season, 1 today from Kim Arola, who rocketed that one, but Dream will flag that one out of the air. We're down to 90 seconds left in this hockey game, so I'm going to go ahead and think, while we still have everyone's attention, and while SIAM Mandalay is still very much in the fight, want to thank our production crew for the evening, because they are the best in the business. The executive producer of Hockey Night in Thailand is Keith Mueller. Our camera crew tonight, Jin Papang, Ellie, Opor, Tanya, and Sonia. It is a pleasure, as always, to work with you, as it is with...
It has been a pleasure.
Also, I've also been pleasured watching this and broadcasting this to you.
And I can't wait for the second one. Meanwhile, there's a chance on a close-in attempt. That was the turnaround. Did we ever figure out who number 9 was for SIAM Mandalay?
I just took a wild guess at it, and I probably guessed wrong.
Let's call him Steve.
Fair.
Go ahead. The game's almost done. But there's still
15.
another chance for another point on the board.
That was Promtong who had it off his stick, looking for an exclamation mark at the end of what honestly I'll consider a pretty strong performance from Lexicon Lumberjack. They took the very best shot from SIAM Mandalay.
Yeah.
And as the final seconds tick off, we're going to a break in just a moment, but... Oh, I'm being told that we're on camera. I thought I was being told that we were off the air.
Hey, what's
Okay,
up?
so as the final seconds have ticked off, and we have our final score of 5-2, the takeaway from this game is two things for me. Number one, SIAM Mandalay went toe-to-toe with the only undefeated team in the Hockey League, and they made a game out of it, but we also saw the firepower of Lexicon Lumberjack and the reason why they're now 4-0. What do you take away from this one?
Well, not only do they have the firepower, but they have the best defense out of all the teams participating in the leagues. Oh, sorry, camera. As I was saying, Lexicon's in the league, and it's hard to get pucks by them, and they only got 21 shots, SIAM Mandalay did. Even though they did have a lot of possession, the defense stayed strong, and Ben wasn't too busy because of it.
Dan, how about you? Your first SIAM Hockey League game. What's your takeaway?
I thought the action in this one was really impressive. It was SIAM Mandalay. Mandalay had, I think they had the advantage in the first period and a half, maybe. But really, the Lumberjacks put the clamps on towards the end. And
all right, well, that's it from here. The final score, 5-2. Lexicon Lumberjacks beat SIAM Mandalay. The second game is coming up in about 10 minutes, and that's going to be a barn burner between
Oh,
Aware
I don't know about that.
and
We've got
KCG.
some good goaltenders in there. We've got a lot of firepower, but a barn burner equates to a lot of goals, and I'm not going to expect that.
Oh, a barn burner to me equates to a competitive game that's going to be a whole lot of fun to
Oh,
watch.
excuse me.
Anyway, we'll see you then. Give us about 10 minutes to have a Tim Hortons, and then we'll be back with the second game on a hockey night in Thailand.
See ya.
This has been a presentation of Thailand TV.tv, winner of the SHL Golden Mike Award for Excellence in Broadcasting for Hockey Night in Thailand.